Developing tonight, Arkansas State Police have revealed the identity of the man who died after a standoff with Fayetteville police over the weekend. They say Brandon Poulter died in the standoff at the Cliffs apartment complex on Crossover Road in southeast Fayetteville. Officers reported that Poulter began shooting at them from an apartment and died after an exchange of gunfire. No law enforcement were hurt. Arkansas State Police will now be handling the investigation into the shooting at the request of the Fayetteville Police Department. Today in Sallisaw, a Sequoyah County judge delayed a hearing for triple murder suspect Stacey Drake. He was supposed to appear for a status hearing, but one of the attorneys in the case not able to make it. The next hearing is now set for sometime in December. Drake, arrested in June last year and charged with the deaths of Tara Underwood and Taylor Sharp in Sequoyah County. In August of last year, a third murder charge was brought against him for the death of a person in Canadian County, Oklahoma. He also has been linked to a fourth killing in Alabama. Drake pled not guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder. Fort Smith Police Department says its online reporting system will be temporarily shut down to upgrade. The department is transitioning to a new dispatch and records management system, and they say the upgrades will improve efficiency across the entire department. While the upgrades are happening, you can continue to use the department's non-emergency phone line and make reports in person 24 hours a day. Tonight, we're learning more about the Ozark bear attack that put a 70-year-old man in the hospital with very serious injuries.
Our news reporter Claire Everbach has been following this story. She joins us right now. And Claire, you spoke with Game and Fish today about this.
Morgan, Darren, we did receive an update about the animal today. Shortly after the attack, Game and Fish says the bear was sent to a laboratory in Little Rock to test for rabies and other diseases. And today they told me both the rabies and distemper tests are negative. We're told this is the first documented bear attack in Arkansas in 25 years. Given how rare these type of attacks are, Game and Fish says they'll continue looking into what could have provoked the animal to attack. They say there could be other explanations, including other diseases like the West Nile virus or the flu, especially since attacking humans is typically not part of their nature.
We'll eat plants, mostly that's probably 75 to 80% of their diet. It's just so unusual to have them attack, a human being. They're afraid of them. They're afraid of us as much as anything. It just doesn't happen. It's so rare. And that's why we think there may be something that maybe we could find out when we continue with the necropsy.
Game and Fish hopes to receive an update by the end of the week. Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thanks, Claire. Well, new tonight, we've learned that 4 high-ranking Oklahoma state officials plan to resign from their jobs, and the state attorney general is alleging improper conduct by one of the people stepping down. The 4 names on your screen reportedly plan to step down within the next month. Secretary of State Josh Cockcroft, his deputy Natasha Rose, OMES Director Rick Rose, and Evan Brown with the state's Economic Development Office. Now, no reason was given for these resignations, but State Attorney General Gentner Drummond released a statement on the matter about an hour ago. Drummond says he reported allegations of improper conduct by Rick Rose to Governor Kevin Stitt late last week. In the letter to Governor Stitt, Drummond wrote that Rose refused to process the lawful purchase of vehicles his agents need to perform their jobs, and noted that the refusal was presumably at Stitt's instruction. In a statement released tonight, Drummond added that he believes Rose's resignation is related to the information he gave the governor in last week's letter. It's unclear if the other departures are related to the allegations Drummond brought against Rick Rose. In the Arkansas State Capitol, plans to honor the memory of Franklin County Senate Gary Stubblefield this week. He will lie in state at the Capitol building this Thursday from 10 to 2 in the second floor rotunda. Stubblefield died last Tuesday at the age of 74. His funeral is set for the end of this week in Franklin County. Arkansas leaders announced an initiative today aimed at preventing opioid overdoses on college campuses. It's called the One Pill Can Kill campaign. Attorney General Tim Griffin says it's aimed at educating students about the dangers of opioids and providing life-saving resources. The program includes free Narcan vending machines on the U of A campus in Fayetteville and at the UA Little Rock campus, along with hands-on training.
When we say one pill can kill, we literally mean one can kill you. because a lot of the addiction that we see, particularly for illicit drugs, it starts at this age group, in the late teens, early 20s.
There are plans to expand the program to 2-year schools and universities across the state as well. We're hearing from the Razorbacks head coach about calls from Governor Sarah Sanders to make that matchup between Arkansas and Arkansas State a yearly tradition.
Yeah, Sam Pittman's Razorbacks scored a big win over the Red Wolves in the two teams' first ever matchup over the weekend. Well, now the governor has called for the school's board of trustees to consider more games at War Memorial. Coach Pittman spoke on the idea at his news conference this morning, says he's ready to do whatever the state and schools decide to do.
There's pros and cons over here and over here and over here, but if it makes the University of Arkansas and our fans happy, whatever that may be, as a head coach at Arkansas, I'm all for it.
Saturday's game was supposed to be the final game at War Memorial under the current contract for the U of A, so the future of the playing in Little Rock, it all remains unclear. Several Arkansas State University officials releasing statements after the governor's announcement showing support for this idea. Baseball fans across the country crying foul after a confrontation in the stands at a Phillies game in Miami made national headlines over the weekend. A shouting match ended up with a home run ball being taken away from a child. Christian Benavidez spoke to that young fan and his family about this entire ordeal.
Sometimes you need that reset. Oh.
And Bader just unloads on this one.
At first glance, there's nothing unusual here. A home run by Phillies outfielder Harrison Bader and fans converging to try to grab the ball. Philadelphia fan Andrew Feltwell comes up with the souvenir and hands it to his son Lincoln, the whole family there celebrating his 10th birthday.
To have the ball even come close to coming near us, the excitement of a maybe, and then to grab it, it was just like, you know, it kept stepping up higher and higher. And when I put that ball in his glove, I felt like I accomplished something great.
But that feeling was short-lived. Another fan storms over to demand the ball.
Give me a sense of that roller coaster of emotions.
The screaming and yelling is what killed it for me. You know, I would have loved to turn my back or pushed her away or something like that, but I just decided to make it end and give her the ball and be happy that she goes away. And
Feltwell says he snatched the ball a moment before anyone else. A fair play as it bounced around the seats at Miami's Lone Depot Park.
I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the fame.
Lincoln didn't leave empty-handed. The Marlins gave him a goodie bag of memorabilia. Some fans came over to give him their own balls. And after the game, Bader gave him a signed bat.
Really, really cool just even meeting him in person. But him giving me the bat, that was very, very nice of him.
To top it off, the Phillies won the Friday night game against the Marlins, 9-3. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, President Trump says he'll be in his hometown of New York City on Thursday for a Yankees game as the city commemorates 24 years since the 9/11 attacks. Yankees are hosting the Tigers with memorials planned for the victims who died. Trump will also attend a memorial event at the Pentagon earlier in the day on Thursday.